Come on down. You're the next contestant on Price is Right Wrestling, and you wanted more women, you're going to get more women. Women in the opening match, and women close the show. They're taking this division higher and higher. We've got women in the breakout tournament field, including one named St. Elbows Fire. I'm John Renton with my review of WWE NXT 2.0. Seriously, a lot of goddamn women on this show. Not complaining because at least they're utilizing their women's division. And utilize it exactly correctly, but progress. No, wait, that's a different promotion. Let me know your thoughts on this show in the comments, please. Let's jump into it. Recaps of Steiner and Joe Wayne Gacy's bullshit last week. Why does he have druids? Genuine question. Why does Joe Wayne Gacy have druids? What is the purpose? This is a mashup of a bunch of bullshit gimmicks. It's not good. And the Joe Wayne Gacy gimmick could be good, or at least acceptable, instead of messy. So anyway, JC Jane, my goodness, fucking goddamn. And JC Jane steals a show where it's a backstage segment, a bullshit segment, or whatever. She makes the most of it by being just strange and cool and hilarious. So, they had Wendy Choo Choo surprise everybody because nobody could sense that somebody in musty footy pajamas would suddenly be there. Oh no, she's falling on us, and she fell asleep like Kirby swallowing one of those sleepy enemies. Does anybody even know what the fuck I'm talking about when I refer to a Kirby game like that? So, she splashes the alleged top heel faction in NXT, and we get JC and Gigi against Roxanne and Wendy Choo Choo, the Narchuleptic. It's a women's tag team championship match, and oh, Wendy Choo's here. Fuck off with this cartoonish bullshit. I don't care if she can work. It's stupid. You're dragging down Roxanne Perez by associating her with this stuff. I don't fucking get why. Why do you do this? There are some people that like this segment, even some people that are allowed out of their house without adult supervision. I kid, of course. JC did have some good spots. She was like, just acting all crazy when she had a sleeper hold because JC just has that wild-eyed expression about her. Not wild-eyed Southern boys. That was a weird team. So, I did write down, why does creative hate pro wrestling fans by putting this Wendy Choo gimmick here? Mandy gets involved. Somehow the ref doesn't call a DQ. I mean, she basically gets involved trying to get one of her own girls out there. Or one of her own women. One of her own confidants. And then Wendy just jumps. Wendy jumps on her. And does a bunch of bullshit. And Roxanne gets pinned after being double teamed. You can't pin the bullshit gimmick. You have to pin Roxanne. God damn it. And I know that Wendy Choo Choo is going to be the, next feud for Mandy Rose, but it's stupid. If she beats Mandy, just throw the title in the goddamn trash, because it's going to be dead. So anyway, so Grayson Waller and Tiffany Strattonstone are out shopping. Why is this on a wrestling program? So, the Creeds are upset at Strong. You shouldn't have interfered. Our victory is tainted now. I paused at the wrong time. So, they want to have a match next week, and Strong can't taint it anymore. Keep your taint out of our match, is what he's saying. I'm going to keep saying the word taint until you get uncomfortable. Who is Damon Kemp? Who is he? I don't know who he is. I'm not knocking the guy. I don't know who he is. Answers in the comments, please. So, Joe Wayne Gacy shows up with the Red Velvet Druid ground and talks about the faces of change. Join me, Braun. Join me, Steiner. Join us. And talks about affliction and hardships to those who doubt him and those who don't join his cause. Whatever. They thought it could work with Bray Wyatt, but just, or they thought they could take the Bray Wyatt idea and just put it with Joe Wayne Gacy. I don't find. Why does he have druids? Why? Why does he have druids? Who are these druids? Why do I give a shit? So, Saraya then shows up, yelling and shouting in subtitles, and Andre Chase has no idea what's going on, but Bodhi Gunn speaks Japanese. Because apparently they have a foreign language course at Chase University that Andre Chase did not know about. He runs the university and he doesn't know. It's like Acme University. We earn our student degree. The teaching staff's been getting left since 1933, except the writing for this show is about 1933. It's not funny anymore, is my point. A mixed tag match with Tiffany Stratton Stone and Grayson Waller. Okay. Why? I don't hate fun. I hate bad wrestling shows, and NXT 2.0 is a bad show. It's a wildly inconsistent show, because they can do some good stuff. I'm going to talk about some good stuff later, but then they'll just do something completely bullshit to take anything serious. Like, you have Joey and Gacy trying to be serious, and then you go right to Saray doing her Sailor Moon gimmick and doing all this stuff, and I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. Bodie Gunn. I'm calling him Bodie Gunn because he kind of looks like Billy Gunn with longer hair. The inaugural Ivy Nile Challenge. Push-ups, and she has a great look. She does. She has a great look. I don't know why she's doing this. She's just helping people train and doing whatever, and... Oh, all right. So the breakout tournament field's on the stage for the women's breakout tournament. Then we go right into the first match. It's Sloane Jacobs, who's 19 years old, apparently the youngest competitor in NXT, or one of, and she's taking on Fallon Henley. I do like the gear on Fallon Henley. I liked her as Tesha Price. I'm glad she's gained a chance to succeed. And some people, I saw some people actually tweeting on Twitter. I don't really give a shit. You know, some people can be late bloomers. Some people can get opportunities later in life. Some people get opportunities early. They were like, oh, Fallon Henley's 27. Like, you know, it's supposed to be the breakout tournament and everything. There are some people that didn't get their break until they were 35. DDP and others and everything. So let's not do that. Plus, Fallon Henley has a great look. Sloane needs time. More time. But then again, anybody at 19 years old, no matter how much of a natural they are, does need more time on a big stage. Briggs and Jensen show up, which distracts Sloane for some reason. And Henley was working heel, I guess, and hits a Shining Wizard eventually. This wasn't bad, it wasn't great, but good on Fallon Henley for advancing. Then Legoland Phantasm were backstage. Elektra, okay, what? I had to rewind this. I actually got distracted by Elektra. Tony D learned a lesson last week when they kidnapped AJ Galactica. And... by the way, then they send Mendoza out there. I thought it was Wild at first, and it was actually Mendoza. They send Mendoza out there. Get the SUV ready. There's happens to be a camera outside the SUV and inside the SUV. Stagey. Stagey fucking shit is stagey, and also fucking shit. They kidnap him and put him in the trunk of their car. It's like if Martin Scorsese was a sea cucumber fucking directing this shit. And then we get St. Elmo's Fire! That is Alba Fire, but you know, it's St. Elbo's Fire because that's what her name is going to be. Because Alba Fire is a stupid name. It's a stupid name. It's a stupid, stupid name. Amari Miller, good to see that she's all right. She had that injury scare in a match with Lash Legend, and that wasn't Lash's fault. These things happen. I totally forgot that happened. I totally forgot. Nothing against Amari Miller, but part of the thing is, I just pushed a lot of stuff from NXT 2.0 out of my head. A lot of it isn't very good. But I'm glad that Amari Miller's okay. We cut to Ivy Niles' challenge again during this match. By the way, what was wrong with Kaylee Ray and how is this gimmick any different? She's wearing pants. That's about all I can gather. She hits a firebomb. A Scottish woman hitting a firebomb. I'm not even going to say it. And then a Swanton 1, 2, 3. Okay. Tricky Ticky Williams and Carmelo Hayes arrive, and Solo Sikoa says, I'm locking the door. Apparently Solo Sikoa has the keys. Cora Jade said she's going to bust someone wide open today. I think I heard that right. Here's Solo Sikoa. This is supposed to be Carmelo and Trick's time, but it's mine. I locked them out. It's all about the North American Championship scene, and here's Grimes. And Grimes says, okay, after I take care of Carmelo at NXT In Your House, which is apparently happening sometime soon, evidently, out of nowhere. He says, you'll get the shot. You got lucky chance throughout this whole damn thing. I guess they saw a sex tape, apparently. Oh, they're talking about him winning the three-way. Wait, correlation there. And you will be next. And then Carmelo and Tricky Ticky Williams attack Grimes. I guess they somehow managed to burrow up and take that left turn at Albuquerque and get into the CWC. Solo then stops him, and we get a weird face-off. So, okay. If Solo Sikoa beats Cameron Grimes for the North American Championship, fine. I think they're going to fast-track and call up Solo soon. He's getting it already. Legoland, they realized Mendoza is gone. Yes, he's gone. They weren't going to miss him until he was gone. So then Santos says, I'll make the call. And they just somehow cut to this weird scene that Tony D is in with the couple guys. I don't fucking remember the goddamn names. I don't care. They're going to have a meeting next week. And they've sealed their fate. They've sealed the fate, ladies and gentlemen. My God. The door has been sealed. I hate that the tent wasn't sealed. Your tent had a hole, so we sealed it for you. Just going to continue to make seal jokes because why the fuck no? What the fuck else am I going to do with something like this? And I like Tony D'Angelo and I like Santos. This isn't good. It's not a good... So stagey. Did they kill AJ Galactica? Did they, eat his liver with fava beans and a nice Chianti? So anyway... Nathan Frazier, by the way, had an interview while Grayson and Stratton Stone made their entrance, and Grayson was displaying more pink than Tiffany. So Nathan Frazier has an interview interrupted by Zion Quinn, and Wes Lee interrupts, and I don't know what was going on. I don't really care. Nothing against these guys. Wes Lee and Zion are having a feud. Good that Wes Lee is being featured. I'm not sure what Zion Quinn's character is supposed to be. He was in love with Elektra Lopez. Who could blame him? And now he's a heel. And he's been a heel for a bit. Big guy. That's really about it. So, Sailor Ray Moon, that's really hard to say. She makes her entrance. And Chase and Bodie make the entrance. And they're transformed into anime-type characters. And wrestling died a little bit fucking more. Why? Just why? Why? It's just stupid. Sailor Ray Moon and Andre Chase with Bodie Gunn taking on Tiffany Stratton Stone and Grayson Waller. And man, the first match involving men on this show. In fact, it was the only match that involved men on this show. I'm not complaining. They want to feature their women, that's fine. It was just wildly inconsistent, and some of these matches went a little bit longer than they needed to. But it is what it is. They went so far in the other direction, though, they had to basically kill the momentum of the show right from the beginning by having the Narchuleptic there. Okay. These gimmicks are terrible. I mean, the Andre Chase thing, I don't get it. The Sailor Moon thing is bad, as if I care about Tiffany Stratton Stone. Grayson Waller is frustratingly good in the ring. He's just an idiot. And then, at one point, there was an air horn distraction. Again, and then Stratton Stone splashes Bodie Gunn, who's dressed like an anime girl for whatever reason. And then gets rolled up. Another roll-up. Most devastating maneuver in all professional wrestling. And then we go back to the Ivy Nile challenge with bags and lunges. Okay, they're in the parking lot now. I guess maybe Carmelo and Tricky Tiki Williams should have asked her for the key because evidently she can come and go at will. That sounded less dirty in my head. So, Robert Stone and Heavy Metal Von Wagner are there, and oh great, Ikemen Jiro's back to continue this feud. Help me, Spock, help me. Toxic Attraction talk to Indy. Mandy's like, I don't know what you're going through because no man has ever left me. I think, the whole I'm hot, you're not thing kind of went out with Paris Hilton, just saying. But I don't know what this is. I don't know why this kind of storyline is on TV, but whatever. So, I do want to know who told Ariana Grace, or Chance Grace, yeah, Santino's daughter. Who told her that colored gear was a good idea? I'm not complaining about the style of gear. And she took on Nikita Lyons. Totally fine during this. How dare anybody accuse me otherwise? Quarterfinal breakout match. Grace has some fire and actually some good skills. Hopefully she's better than her goddamn dad as far as having troubling views about people. If you know, you know. Grace did some good submission work, and eventually Nikita Lyons hit the splits. 1, 2, 3. It should have been me. So, Ivy Nile is doing more, I think they're doing more push-up things or whatever the fuck. No, they're doing the rope thing, the heavy rope deal. And then she tells, I don't know who this guy is. I have no idea. And I don't think it was Ivy's idea to do this. But Creative said, hey, we're going to have this whole thing go on where you're going to tell this guy, keep going until you can't go anymore. And they did the pull-up thing. She put a chain on her. This guy put a chain on him and started doing the hanging thing. A black man putting a chain on him, and she said, keep going until you can't go anymore. I'm just saying, maybe don't. Maybe don't do that. Whatever. Whatever, that's fine. It wouldn't be the first time WWE did something like this. So, Cora and Natty package, and the Raiders tell the Creeds they are happy they won't accept their tainted victory. So, and they're going to have a match next week. Next week is Tony D versus Santos, and Steiner confronting Joe Wayne Gacy, and also Wesley versus Zion Quinn was announced. All right, so we're going back to the men. That's fine. Cora Jade versus Natty. Rookie versus Vet. Cora Jade needs a lot more time. She was good as Elena Black, but needed more time. She needs more time as Cora Jade. She will get there. Natty guided her through a pretty damn good match, and Cora had to be there for the spots. There were a few inconsistencies, but it is what it is. That's what you're going to get, because I think, Cora Jade's 21? It's only been at this for a couple of years, and a bit of that was stunted by the pandemic and everything. The crowd was into it, and it was well worked. Natty targeted the knee, tried to do the Bret Hart figure 4 post spot. Got kicked right in the face. God, that looked pretty goddamn brutal. And she gets a sharpshooter and keeps pulling Cora away from the ropes, and then they do the pass-out thing without the blood. Which was good, except Natty was starting to get a little bit tired. And bless her. I'm not knocking Natty, but that was a long time to hold that spot. And Cora passed out, then we get a handshake, and hooray! We get all that in sportsmanship. See, that was a good main event. We just had to slog through some weird stuff. We had a lot of women, and it was wildly inconsistent. We also had some really bad cartoonish gimmicks. And I just don't fucking understand what the fuck happened to NXT 2.0, or just NXT in general. A revamp is one thing, but my God, this show. But we here at Price is Right Wrestling would like to remind you to control the pet population. Have your pets spayed or neutered. Goodbye, everybody.